Well, good afternoon or good evening, whatever we have here. I don't know what time it is, but it was a good win for us against a team that was playing extremely well in Tulsa. I really am proud of how guys responded to the type of, when you get to conference play, we've been struggling the last 2 games, well, actually 3 games, but we played a good half at Central Florida. We played about 30 good minutes, and so we've been improving. And with so many new guys, it's just getting, just making sure they understand our system and doing it. But I was Frank Haith always does a great job. His team's always well prepared, and they really executed. But I'm proud of how guys came back and fought back and didn't panic. Any questions?
Tubby, what specifically the difference in the second half that allowed you to pull away in the end and win this game?
Rebounding. We were down 5 rebounds at half. We out-rebounded them by 7, I think, in the second half. So that's the most important thing, rebounding and second chance opportunities. We took care of the basketball with only 10. I think we only had, what did we have in the first half? We had but we took care of the basketball, and that's the key to any game. And we defended. I thought we really challenged them at the rim and became a little more physical inside. Mike Parks did a good job there of walling up instead of – a couple of times he tried to go over and block shot. He's not a shot blocker, so we need to teach him how to move his feet. Victor Eno, we had I knew we were much more physical today because we had some foul issues. In the last 2 games, we haven't done that. The last 3 games. It's not that we're being passive, it's just that we're not being physical. And so that was a huge plus for us today. And I thought our interior size made a big difference.
Coach, Jeremiah mentioned that he had a meeting or a one-on-one conversation with you, and so did Mike Parks. Did you have a one-on-one session with all of the players after the last game?
No, not really. We didn't get a chance to meet with everybody, but Jeremiah did, and we talked about, staying positive. Because sometimes you can get pretty negative. I know, when you're losing, that happens. It can bring out either brings out the character in you, and so we've got to be real careful. I thought, that was good that he reminded me of that. Coach, we're going to be okay. If you can just be a little more positive with us, we're going to be all right. So, and we and I had a conversation about just execution. One of the things about this team, we've had to teach and a lot of teaching, most I've ever done, especially with 11 guys, 11 new guys. It's just I never thought of, but that's the way it is. But we're getting there. We're getting better. And we limited probably who did what today, and I thought that was huge as well.
Tubby, what's been most encouraging about Mike Parks' development over the past few weeks?
Well, he's been getting treatment with his knees. I think that's helped. His knees are feeling better. He wears those bands because he has some tendonitis. So he's been more responsible in getting treatment. That's been the biggest plus on him.
Coach, your team has been known to give up a lot of 3-pointers, but you only gave up 4 in the second half. What did you do different today that you hadn't done all season?
We didn't extend our defense. We didn't really expose ourselves to penetration. We tried to pack it back. I know they were a good 3-point shooting team, but they were a good 3-point shooting team because when they break you down, because Sterling is an outstanding penetrator, and they've been breaking people down off the dribble and finding people open. And certainly Henderson just had a fantastic – I watched that game. I was really concerned about whether we could defend them on the perimeter. But I thought the key was not exposing ourselves, not extending our defense too far and just being solid. And I think that's why.
What did you think about Jamal Johnson getting in there and getting 4 rebounds today?
Yeah, and 3 blocks. He was outstanding. Hit a couple clutch shots, made the free throws. He's really a freshman that, he's one of the best, one of the highest recruited players in this league, and he's showing why he's one of the best freshmen in this league and around the country. So, again, it's just a matter of maturity, getting stronger, and it just takes time. So I'm really, again, impressed with his play. They hit a wall, freshmen hit a wall. Everybody hits a wall at some point in time, but you have to fight through that, and we did today.
Kevin Davenport had a really good first half, had 11 points in the first half. You kind of went away from him in the second half. Was that more of a matchup thing?
He had 4 fouls. Okay.
Obviously, Jeremiah Martin's your leader. He's a guy that the teammates look up to. When we had the UCF situation, he was kind of bad body language and frowning a little bit on the bench. I mean, that could be contagious. I think that's what you alluded to earlier. And you had the come to Jesus talk with him. But is there another player on this roster developing into a vocal leader to help in situations to pick up Jeremiah when maybe he's down?
Well, Jamario has been, but Jamario, the hit on his head, I guess, did a lot more damage than I thought at Louisville, because he hasn't been right since. In fact, finally got right today. And that he can be that guy, and he was today. I'm serious. He just hasn't. He's been out of it for a long time. What he set out with a number of games, and then he really hadn't been himself. And today, he's a guy that's all. And now he's healthier, and he's more focused. And so he's that guy. I think a guy like Rainier has that quality about him. The freshmen, they don't even talk. But but he's a guy that could. And Mike Parks is a very good communicator. Kevin. But those guys are basically guys that can help Jeremiah out.
Tubby, you mentioned you met with Jeremiah, maybe you met with a couple others. What were the last 48 hours like? Getting this team back right again after get them out of this funk. What buttons did you push?
Well, we just were more positive in practice. I think that's the key, and I've been pretty because we were pretty bad last for about the one half. We weren't very good in the last 6 minutes against LSU. We were okay up until then, and then we kind of hit the wall and lost here, and I think that took a lot of wind out of our sails. Then we go to Cincinnati, and guys want to play their way instead of sticking to the game plan. And so that's what you get, a 34 ass whipping. So I think that got their attention, number one. And then we played well against Central Florida for about 30 minutes. And then we had to break down. And so maybe I think they've learned some things, and it just takes time. That we're gonna be who I am. I've done this a long time. I know what it takes. And as soon as they they starting to get the message. Thank goodness.
Coach, you've had 4 out of your 5 starters score double digits. You usually get good contribution from your bench. How can you balance that more to get more production off your bench so you don't rely too much on your starters?
Well, we won. I don't care if the bench doesn't score a point if we win. Okay? But they need to be more engaged, and they were. I mean, I'm looking at it, we had played 14 minutes. David Nickelberry played 14 minutes, 1 for 4. Here it is. There's the stats for you. Victor played 7 minutes and got 2 fouls. I think it was 3. He probably misplaced that because I know he had more than that. Kareem Bruton had 4 fouls. It's hard to stay in the game when you're fouling and not playing the right way.
Coach,
I'm pretty honest about what we do, man. So, yes. What's the next question?
Preparing for next game, did you do anything different for this game, or are they just finally receptive to what you're saying?
No, we added some wrinkles there offensively that made a big difference. Especially that's how Kevin Davenport got his early buckets. We got a couple dunks inside, so we made some adjustments there, and that was huge for us. I think the players, it was much more, much more structure. And that's what this team needs, a little more structure. You give guys freedom, and you give them money, you give them some rope, then you got to tug on the rope again. You give them a little freedom, you got to tug. That's kind of what's happened with this group. So we're now got them at a point where hopefully they understand and appreciate that you got to play a certain way, you got to play the right way. And Tulane, boy, they're tough. Boy, I'm so impressed with what Mike Dunleavy has done. He's they've won more games than they did all last year already. They have 5 more wins than last year, so he's really playing well. And to beat SMU is it's going to be a real challenge because they're physical. They learn a lot of pro sets, so it'll be a real challenge for us again. All right. Thank you.